Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Big D's Custom Garage. Today in our video, it's not going to be a very long one. We are going to look at our first parts delivery for Project Darksin. So, here we go. Now, the parts actually came in the other day. I just did not want to show them to you guys until I had a chance to do my first video on the page. So let's open this up and show you what we got in our first parts haul. Okay, so here we got our sealed power / aka fel-pro gasket kit for the whole entire motor. So we have every gasket we need for the motor and the rebuild. Okay, that's that one. Now, this one's a big one for you guys. One of the major components and parts for this build. Sorry, I'm grunting a little bit. That was a little bit heavy and I had to pick it up with one hand. I'm pretty sure you guys have figured out by now that as of right now, my videos are recorded using my cell phone. I am planning on getting a camera very soon with a tripod and stuff, so I'm not having to hold the camera and stuff like that. Okay, so here is our first major components here of this build. And they are our new Pistons. They came from Summit Racing. They're Summit Racing brand, but I've been running Summit Racing brand stuff in my builds for years. Never had a single problem or failure out of them. They're no different than running your name brand stuff like Comp or whatever. It's just got Summit's name on it. Okay, so these are, as you can tell looking at the number, they are a 40 over bore piston. They are dished, not flat top. Okay. And they also have valve reliefs cut into them. So the reason why they're dished is to cut down on the compression ratio so we can run more boost in the motor. With these pistons being dished, it cuts the compression ratio down to 8.5 to 1. So our compression ratio is going to be really low, so we're going to be able to cram quite a bit of boost in there. They are full floating wrist pins. They're not pressed. So, as you can see, They are full floaters. I'm pushing the wrist pin out with my thumb. I prefer full floater wrist pins myself. Some people like press in. I just prefer full floater, easier to work with. So, yeah. Oh, and in case you're wondering, these pistons are hyper-eutectic. They are not forged. They are a hyper-eutectic piston. Okay, so that's our our 8 new pistons for our motor. So there's those. Let me close this box back up real quick for you guys here. There we go. Now, our next box, which is right here, I will open these up for you. Can anybody guess what these are? They are part of the piston. These are, let me open up a different pack here. These are our chromoly piston rings. Okay. And in the build of the car, like I was telling you guys in the previous video, my videos are going to be very detailed and in depth. And what I mean by that is I'm going to show you guys stuff like in detail how to file and gap your rings. Okay. I'm going to show you guys how to port and polish a set of heads. I'm going to teach you how to port match. I'm going to teach you how to deburr a block. You're also going to learn how to degree a cam. Stuff like that. I'm going to go into grave detail on stuff. Torque sequences on bolts. Torque specs on bolts. I mean, you guys are going to learn so much. So, this is one set of the chromoly rings. They are coated in a, I'm not sure exactly. They're a flat black, so they got some type of a coating on them. But they are chromoly rings, or moly rings. So that's one set. Then we got the other set, and then you got your oil rings. Okay, that's the green set that I just showed you. They have them wrapped in color-coded paper. So that one was a green set. This is they're wrapped in paper that is got orange markings on it. Don't really look any different than the rings I just showed you. Only difference is these rings don't have the bevel on the top on one edge. So let me back that up so it will focus. There we go. There's no bevel. That's the difference in these. Well, your beveled rings are normally your top ring, and then these are going to be your second scraper ring, and then your bottom groove of the piston, get your oil rings, which they are wrapped in white paper with blue print. So you got a top ring, oh wait, yeah, you got a top and bottom ring here, and then you got your oil ring that goes in between the two. So that is our Molly rings. Okay, this isn't a really huge order. It was kind of a smaller order. The next order that I place is going to be quite substantial. So that part's reveal will be a lot bigger and probably a lot longer. Now, for the last thing in this order that came in is this right here. This is our Summit high volume, not high pressure, high volume oil pump. The reasoning for switching to a high volume oil pump is because of the turbos. The turbos are oil lubricated. So there will be an oil feed line going to each turbo off the motor, and there will be an oil drain line coming off each turbo going down to the oil pan on the motor. So I got this high volume oil pump to keep up with the oiling needs of the motor. Now, when I port match and deburr and do all that stuff to the motor, I'm also going to massage this new oil pump just a little bit. Not a lot. I'm not going to be polishing it and smoothing it out and all that. What I'm going to be doing, just like on cylinder heads, anywhere I can get to that I can see a sharp edge, it will get rounded off. So the oil will flow even better. That's part of the deburring process of the block. Up in the valley area where the lifters and stuff go, there's a lot of sharp edges up in there. So I'll be deburring all of that, opening up some passageways to help the oiling just a little bit better. Even though it is a known fact that GM, at least on their older stuff like what we're working on, had the most dominating oiling system out of the big three. Ford's oiling systems aren't all that great, and neither are Mopar's. Chevy has always had a really, really good oiling system. I'm just going to massage mine a little bit. Nothing major. Now, yes, this pump did not come with a pickup. And that is a good thing in our situation, because we are going to be changing to a triangulated deep sump Maladon oil pan. It's going to hold more oil. Therefore, I have to get a pickup that matches the new oil pan. And then when I get that, then I will weld it in right here, weld it into its permanent home in the new oil pump. So that is going to take care of our first parts haul. If you guys like my videos, please click that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button. Share these videos with all your friends. Pass on the word. I'll see you guys next time. I'm Big D, and I'm out.